we won a majority of those races. We won statewide 54% of the races that we engaged in, 147. We swept the elections for school board in not just kind of blue cities like Eau Claire and La Crosse, but also Holman and Sparta, which are small Republican towns where they had these far right slates that were running, and we fought back. And on the final weekend, I actually recorded a whole series of local digital ads that we ran that use the race class narrative framework, which is to start with a shared value, then explain what Republicans are doing and why they're doing it, and then go to a call to come together and fight back against it. So the message was, we all want kids where every child, no matter what they look like or where they live, can thrive. But Republicans are demonizing teachers and parents and students, banning books, and trying to divide us in order to advance their agenda of defunding public education. And we need to come back, reject these divisive tactics, and elect people who actually believe in public schools so that our kids can have a chance at a better future. And then I'd name the candidates on our side and make the case. And we ran those targeting Democratic voters in school boards races all over the state. And the overwhelming share of the candidates in those races won those races because we were providing a frame for what the Republicans were doing, and then making that into an attack on something that actually unites our side completely, which is well-funded, good public schools. And this is the deepest kind of division in Wisconsin politics, going back to Scott Walker a decade ago, attacking teachers and massively defunding public education. It's the Republicans' glass jaw, and it is something where we still have a major advantage, and we cannot do the Virginia thing of effectively ceding public education to Republicans. So we just punched back on this stuff.
And I think one of the keys to that is the reason that Democrats have owned this issue for so long is because Democrats are known for wanting to fund education. And, that was something I think that the Republicans in this, culture war that they're trying to push about, Democrats are trying to make you feel bad about being white, and Democrats are trying to indoctrinate your kids and whatever. It gets away from the fact that they don't want to invest in education. I think that's one thing that gets lost in that debate if you don't say it.
100%. And we have to point it out. We have to say, why are they demonizing public schools? Because they want to defund public education and close these schools down. Every Republican politician in Wisconsin is in hock to the school privatization movement. And they are calling for giving every kid a voucher to take to a private school. And guess what? In rural areas, there aren't a lot of private schools that you can actually go to. So even, this is an attack on public schools in urban areas, but it's even more doubly disastrous in rural areas as well. And it's profoundly unpopular. And the biggest Republican donors are all in lockstep supporting these attacks on public schools. So we need to take all their attacks and turn them into a counterattack on them on funding public schools, which is a deeply popular thing.